Hi gang, welcome back to the Honest Latina Ever. Had the most unusual morning. I was on my way to Jazzercise and I was so tired and I didn't really want to do it, but I'm trying to win this 50-year anniversary bag. So I got there and I went extra slow. Not really extra slow, just kind of just the speed limit. And I didn't go through any bad lights or anything. I was very cautious. Anyway, more cautious than normal, because I would never go through a bad light, ever. Because I live right next to the cop shop. Like, we have a whole bunch. I mean, this is like the best place ever, because like right down the road from me is like just all of Florida's police. So anyway, so you cannot get away with anything around here. So I'm in the parking lot ready to go to Jazzercise, and I'm looking at my face, you know, checking myself out, because I really didn't put much into my appearance that today, because I kind of rolled out of bed to go to Jazzercise. So anyway, I'm going to sweat the makeup off anyway, so it was last night's makeup. And I'm just kind of making a few adjustments, and I get out of my car, and I come around the corner, and there are two, like, unmarked, those big SUV, like, white cars, with, like, two really cute cops. They were young. And I just kind of smiled. I'm like, hey guys. And I start, you know, I'm thinking, like, because they surprised me, you know, like, what's up, you know, and they're like, oh, we were looking for somebody in a truck, but you're not that person, so never mind. And then they kind of walked away, and I went on my way. So it was weird, you know, somebody did something really naughty, and they were like driving the same kind of car as mine. Mistaken identity, thank God. But anyway, today is a good day because Will turns another year older, which is great, you know. I mean, he doesn't want me to tell anybody his age because, you know, God forbid, you know, that's a big no-no. But like, when you get older, it's good to, when you hit certain milestones, announce it to the world. I mean, I will. Well, maybe. I don't know. Depends on which one it is. I don't like odd birthdays. So if I was to be 69, which I won't be for a while, I wouldn't like that number. Like, so I would tell people I was 70 instead of 69. Or 68. Well, I think it would be better to hold at 68 than whatever. I'm not giving away his age, okay? By the way, I'm just not going to do it. Anyway, I wanted to plug a book from a really good friend of mine. I met him on Facebook, and people say you can't meet really good friends on Facebook, and I've met a few authors on Facebook, and I made a few good friends on Facebook, and I think you can make decent friends on Facebook. So whoever says you can't make friends, you're obviously not D. Sachin Velez, who's the most authentic person ever, who can make friends anywhere. I really can. I was a military brat, and I can make friends anywhere, except maybe in a place that might hate me. You know, I don't know what place that could be, because everybody usually likes me. I'm just kidding. Will's making this face like, yeah, D. Not the Bel Air women. Anyway, I'm kidding. No, I'm not gonna make any Bel Air women jokes, because that wouldn't be nice. I haven't been there, so I miss those old biddies, and someday I'm gonna be one. Anyway, the book I'm playing is called Child of the Forest, and it's a true story, which is based on a story of this person, and the guy that wrote it is Jack Grossman. And I'm really bad with names, so I had to look down at it, because you know what, even if I'm looking at it, I'm going to still say it wrong. And even if it's something easy like gross man, that would be like, I would still butcher it, you know, I would, you know. So my R's become L's, and, you know, my man becomes men, and, you know, it could be gloss men, and, you know, I mean, you know, this is just me, dyslexic D. The fact that I am reading his book, and because people have given me their books before, and I'm like, yeah, I read your book, and it's like, no, I didn't. But you know, if I could get to like page 20, that's really good. If I could get to like 30, that's even better. You know, I'm all the way, I think I'm like, I marked it. Hold on a minute. Well, I'm past 50. I'm like, I think I'm at 61 or something, but like, I'm I'm almost there, you know, like look at that. I've made it quite a few ways through this book, and I love the book. It's really a hard read because it kind of tells it does tell the story of somebody surviving the most like horrific ordeal as a child, and you want to you want her to win. You want her to get to that next point. And I have friends that are Jewish, and you know, it's like you know, there's so much we don't understand about the Holocaust, especially like people like ALC or ALS or what's her name, Alexandra whatever Cortez. I can't remember the acronym. I call her ALS. It's AOC. Okay, AOC. So anyway, ALS. That's kind of funny. Anyway, she's like comparing the current situation with the illegal immigrants coming here free will to something that, you know, of these poor people being slaughtered, you know, and mistreated. And like, for example, everybody turned against them, even the people that weren't the bad people, because like they would give, I guess, money to the people that turned on the Jews. So that's what I'm reading in this book. So like, you know, like these people that were this little girl's neighbors, like people that used to like, you know, like the parents like had conversations with and dealings with and stuff were turning on her, and they were gonna they were mean to her, and they were gonna turn her into the Nazis. So she's going through this survival of being on her own in the woods, and it's a horrific story. It's a hard read. You know, that at times I just put the book down and I want to cry because I can't imagine how any child goes through this. But there are children in parts of the world that are going through starvation and similar experiences. I think of Venezuela right now and what they're going through, and how our biggest advocate for that is our state senator, Rick Scott. So he used to be governor, and he's being a champion for that cause. Because anyway, we talk about the hardships that people go through, and America is just such a great place. We all want to come here. Everybody wants to come here, but we can't take everybody, because then, you know, our country just wouldn't be able to operate that way. So we are the most generous country. So anyway, I really love the fact that Mr. Trump is doing great stuff with the immigration reform and with the economy, and he's making this an even better place to come to, so that we can care for the poor, we can create jobs for people, but we can't keep being the given machine and keep that going as well. You know, we have to balance budgets, and we have to live within our means, and so we don't want to end up like Venezuela or Nazi Germany. We don't want to go in that direction, but the liberals want to take us in that direction. So it's really important that people learn their history and really learn about what Nazism is about and what caused the collapse of that country. It wasn't the free enterprise, but it was socialism, you guys. It was what do you call it? Biting off more than you can chew. It was just being hateful, you know. It was greed, and we're a very generous country. I don't believe we're greedy at all. I think that generosity creates jobs and opportunity, and we have to have leadership. I wouldn't want to rely on government for everything, because my dad was a veteran. I was on government insurance as a kid, and it wasn't very pleasant. You go and you wait all day, and you see the doctor for 5 minutes behind a curtain, and they barely look at you. They write the script, and then you have to wait another 4 or 5 hours for the prescription medication. And if you're a young mother in her 20s with little babies, you know, it can be a really big ordeal. And you know, the same situation in the emergency trauma room when I broke a finger or hand or whatever. I had to wait for hours on end. So socialized medicine, it rations, it makes you wait, the quality goes down. And I feel like if you're not paying into something, and this is why that I have a problem with the immigrants coming here. They're not paying into our taxes, and we're just taking all these people in, and they're getting something that we're not getting. And I think that's no bueno. I don't think that's very good. And it's not being hateful. It's not being mean. I think we have these laws and these rules, and we just can't make exceptions for some. And because then it discriminates against all of us. So I think ALC or whatever her acronym is, I can't freaking remember it, is whacked. She's totally whacked. And I think that Trump ought to win this, hands up, because the competition that he has out there, the 24 people running against him or so, they all have these crazy ideas, and they don't really have any ways of funding it, which is crazy. Very crazy. With that said, you guys have a great day. This is not meant to be funny. This is more like on a serious note, because it's Bill's birthday. No, it's a serious occasion. Now, it's actually just, we were kind of goofing around and thought we'd get the camera out. And I wanted to plug this book because it's really a really good book. I have not been so engrossed in the book in a long time. I usually Amesley's book was good. Fox News lady that we see every morning. She's a good writer. Great story, but this one's even better. Sorry, Amesley. I mean, this guy is really a good writer. He's excellent. Guys, get this book. It's awesome. All right, have a great day. God bless.